night for Southwest Championship Wrestling. Their heavyweight title twice, their tag title once with Terry Funk, their world tag team title with Ivan Putski, for Ultimate Championship Wrestling, their heavyweight title, for the National Wrestling Federation, their tag title with Chief White Owl, for, of course, the Hall of Fame for the WWE, and the Wrestling Observer newsletter, their Hall of Fame class of 2002. And one thing about Wahoo's football career, it was interesting. You know, he played for what was then Houston Oilers, which then became didn't the Oilers become the fucking Titans? I think they became the Titans, if I'm not mistaken. And the Broncos, the Denver Broncos, but that was during the AFL. Technically, these teams eventually became NFL teams, and then was traded to the Jets in '64. But Wahoo was a fucking beast, regardless if it was football. Oh, of course, being with the Dolphins at that time, was an AFL champion for the AFL in 1960. But it didn't matter if you had him on the gridiron, in the ring, or just face to face. Wahoo was a guy you didn't want to mess with, much like Brody. Next up, a woman that honestly should have gone on her own, in my opinion, but it is whatever. It is what it is. Luna Vachon. One of the scariest women in this business. One of the toughest women in this business, of course, being the daughter of Paul Vachon. And of course, with that whole Hall of Fame, that whole family is fucking nuts to begin with. But one of the women that honestly should have been women's champion in the WWE, but never happened for whatever reason. For the American Wrestling Federation, their women's title once. For the Cauliflower Alley Club, their ladies wrestling award in 2009. For Great Lakes Championship Wrestling, their ladies title. For the Ladies Major Wrestling League, their world title. For the Powerful Women of Wrestling, which was one of the many affiliates that David McLean had at the time. POW and then Glow, and then most recently the Women of Wrestling, WOW. Their tag team title for POW, I guess you would call that, with an extra W, with Hot Rod Andy. For the Sunshine Wrestling Federation, their ladies title. For the Pro Wrestling Illustrated, number 306 in the PWI Years edition in the PWI 500 in 1995. For the United States Wrestling Association, which was eventually just Memphis Wrestling in general, their women's championship. For the Wild Women of Wrestling, which was that one as well, just under a different name, their television title. For Women's Wrestling Uncensored, their Hall of Fame in 2011. For WWE, ranked her 14th in the top 25 most impactful women, and of course the Hall of Fame. And a different title, which I think was just Luna's title that she made, or maybe it was a promotion title, I don't remember. The Universal Women's Hardcore Championship. The only match I remember this being defended in, and I may be mistaken, it may have been several times, but from my recollection, it was a match against Jessica Havoc, and it was a fucking doozy. It was ridiculous. And it was pretty far back, honestly. But, and I'm sure you can find it if you want to see that, but it was very hard to watch. Not because of it being a hardcore match for women, but because Luna just fucking stiffed her a bunch in that. And of course, it's hardcore, so you're going to use the weapons fucking stiff and shit, as you do, because you can't fake those kind of shots. I mean, I want to see someone try to fake getting hit by a chair. It's not going to happen. You get hit by the chair. It's that simple. But I can use a million examples. But fucking glass, fucking shit everywhere. Just remembering the match in my mind, it was interesting to say the least. But again, Luna was a woman that should have been a women's champion in WWE, but never, unfortunately, happened. S.D. Jones, the special delivery man himself. Many may remember him as the man that lost to King Kong Bundy in 9 seconds. And those 9 seconds are used very loosely because it was more like 21 seconds if you actually timed it. But you wanted to set a record for the first WrestleMania, so 9-second match. But, SD was kind of an enhancement talent at the time, but he did have a few accolades as well. For NWA Hollywood, they're America's tag title 3 times, once with Pork Chop Cash and twice with Tom Jones. The Universal Superstars of America, their tag title, Tony Atlas, and of course the Hall of Fame. But, SD was a good wrestler for his time, but, just never got a break. For Professor Toru Tanaka, one of the bigger names in Japan at that time, probably better known for movies that he was in. And we can go over those real quick, I guess. I guess we can. I don't know if that would be good, but we can. An Eye for an Eye, 1981. Little House on the Prairie. Angel of Heat, Off the Wall. Revenge of the Ninja. The A-Team, which was the Maltese Cow, I guess, the name of it, or was it just the A-Team movie? I think it was just the A-Team. Chattanooga Choo Choo, Missing in Action 2, The Beginning, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which kind of weird thinking pro wrestling and Pee-wee Herman, but yeah, it is what it was. Volunteers, The A-Team, The Spy Who Mugged Me, Bad Guys, I'm probably going to butcher this, but Sangashi Surprise, Catch the Heat, The Running Man, Dead Heat, Tax Season, Hype Space, Black Rain, Dark Man, Martial Law, The Perfect Weapon, Alligator 2, The Mutation, Deadly Game, the movie, not the tournament Survivor Series, Shodan Little Tokyo, Free Ninjas, and a lot of these are going to be Japanese movies, but whatever. Last Action Hero, and Hard Justice. But as far as a wrestler, it is a fucking doozy, and we'll go over it when we come back.